there's a double standard when it comes to covering the NBA and the NFL. And I'm going to tell you about it. Hi, I'm Marky Bilson. You know, when Kobe Bryant died over the weekend, Felicia Sonmez, or she's a writer for the Washington Post, tweeted out that any public figure is worth remembering in their totality. She was referencing Kobe Bryant's 2003 sexual assault charge, which eventually ended in a civil trial with an out-of-court monetary settlement to a woman who Kobe Bryant said sex outside his marriage was consensual to, but the woman said no, it wasn't. And for that, Sonmez was suspended, albeit only briefly, by the Washington Post, and wrongfully so. You know, you compare that to, say, the NFL. Chuck Klosterman has had a great line about O.J. Simpson, saying basically his football legacy is destroyed. Oh, he was found not guilty in a criminal trial as well, but when it comes time to writing his obituary, well, O.J. Simpson, football player, shows up in paragraph 4, not paragraph 1. Ben Roethlisberger still is not going to be able to get an endorsement deal at any time in his life. Let's face that fact. And, you know, when it comes to 50 years from now, when Big Ben passes away, or hopefully a longer time than that, there is definitely going to be a discussion of the incident in Georgia and the incident in Nevada in his bio. Now, when I did a piece on Howard Cosell for SI.com that got national attention about 10 years ago, my question was, why hasn't Howard Cosell won the Rozelle Award? The Rozelle Award is given to football broadcasters by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's similar to the Ford Frick Award for baseball broadcasters by the Baseball Hall of Fame. Howard Cosell is the only person associated with Monday Night Football, the original cast, that has not been honored with the Rozelle Award. Tell me that ain't pettiness by the NFL. But when I wrote the story, the SI.com editors were quick to say, now you got to talk about that Alvin Garrett situation. It's unlikely that an NBA player or figure would be held to the same standard. Now, luckily, in the case of Sonmez, the suspension was rescinded very quickly. But she was suspended, and it had the feeling of, you can't talk about the totality of the whole with Kobe Bryant. Now, the Washington Post said it was because of her reaction on Twitter, when there were people that said, how dare you bring that, rape charge up against Kobe Bryant? Some of them threatened her. And I love this by Sonmez. Sonmez, when they threatened her, posted their contact information on Twitter. That's why the Post said they suspended her. But there's a poster who goes by the name of Raven on the sportsjournalist.com message board, and I think he put it rather appropriately. Someone willing to take the time to threaten to kill a reporter lost his or her privileges to anonymity. Don't you think so? Washington Post's social media policy was put into place in 2011. So, yeah, 9 years old, that social media policy is a little outdated. Sonmez did nothing wrong. In fact, she did the journalistic thing by reminding us of the totality of Kobe Bryant's life. What then happened was that the Washington Post newspaper guild and a lot of people, including the Post's own media writer, really defended Sonmez. I'm very happy to see that. And there was actually a petition with 200 signatures saying reinstate her. So the suspension was basically just about a day or so. But she shouldn't have been suspended in the first place. Again, Sonmez did nothing wrong. But I really do think that shows a journalistic double standard between the NFL and the NBA. Like I said, nobody is going to be championing sweeping under the rug the crimes that, let's say, Ben Roethlisberger, O.J. Simpson were accused of, but not convicted. No one is going to, say, sweep those under the rug when they pass on in their obit. There were plenty of Kobe Bryant fans and media that did sweep it under the rug. Why? Could it be a liberal bias? The NBA is more liberally orientated than the NFL, certainly. But the problem is, as the backlash to Sanmez proves, the NBA is covered with such kid gloves, it's almost like high school basketball. And covering it with journalistic responsibility is actually upsetting to their fans. That's got to stop. I'm Marky Bilson.